after a little rest time back at the headquarters compound, everything seemed to be okay. And this particular compound, the Marines weren't really in charge of it. It was an Army compound. And the Marines were just housed there. And there was a captain, a staff sergeant, me, I made sergeant, and that's it, 3 Marines there. And we would get hit every now and then. They would try to hit us. And one particular night, they got inside our wire, and there were soldiers running all over the place, because these soldiers were not infantry. They were radiomen and communication people and stuff like this. And they were running all over the place, and their commander wanted to call artillery in on us, on our position, because the enemy had gotten inside our compound. And I was on radio watch in a big cement building, and I could look over my shoulder and I'd see VC run by the door. But they never came in to where I was, and that was unusual, because they could have shut off our communications real easy. A lot of those things happened, but I spent my last days in Vietnam driving a 6x truck as a supply truck. Every day I would go to every CAC in the Phu Bai area, and I would deliver water and just whatever they needed, or bring their people in to go to the PX. Every payday you would designate someone to go into Phu Bai and buy snacks and whatnot. I came home in October of 1967, and after a brief leave, was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines at Camp Pendleton. As a squad leader, I was a sergeant. Everything was pretty routine at that time. We had a lot of old salts. For some reason, there were a lot of sergeants that had been in 10, 12 years. But it was 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines, and we used to get recalls at night where it'd just be a practice. They'd call you at home and say, come on in, and they'd see how fast we could get ready. Well, one night they called, and I told my wife, I said, I'll be back tomorrow. And I went into Phu Bai. No, I'm back in Vietnam now. I went into Camp Pendleton, to San Mateo, where the 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines were. And I found out it was real. This was shortly after the Tet Offensive, and the President had ordered more troops to Vietnam. A little more about that later.